Once you lie down, let yourself settle. It's a little bit windy today, or a lot. So see if you can encourage your body to just really ground into the ground. You might turn your palms face down. And you might like to, if you have your knees bent, just notice the connection of your feet to the ground. Feel your head resting. And you can notice which parts of your torso and pelvis are on the ground. If your legs are straight, you'll notice arms and legs, and which parts of the limbs are touching the ground. And I'm sharing a passage today from Gabby Compress, who is, I don't know, she's become one of my favorite poets. May I grow so tall and bright, so free and wild, so brave and vibrant, that when you see me standing, you think I am a sunflower. So you might envision a sunflower. Unless that's offensive, then you can pick another flower. May I grow so tall and bright, so free and wild, so brave and vibrant, that when you see me standing, you think I am a sunflower. Gabby Compress. Notice your body again, supported by the earth, and then go back to noticing your breath. Could you allow yourself to just sink into the earth a little bit more, or into your floor or the bed or your mat, whatever you're on? Just that feeling of letting go. And let your next breath be a little bit fuller, filling up through the nose. Maybe a sigh out of your mouth. Exhale. Nice full inhale through the nose and maybe open mouth. Exhale, sighing it out. Couple more times like that. And we'll bring hands to touch at your heart center. Grateful for the practice, for the magical, miraculous humans that showed up today. We'll send some love to each other and then out into the world, to our community, and maybe out to a specific person or place that could use a little extra today. We'll release, and you'll hug your knees in toward your chest. And you may hold the legs a little bit apart, like an upside down child's pose. Feet could touch, or if it feels better to have the legs close together, hugging, do either one. And then when and if you'd like, you might have a tiny, tiny movement side to side. We'll bring the legs together now, and we will circle the legs as one unit, just guiding them around a small or big circle. Legs and feet together. And switch direction. And let the legs separate again. And now we'll take each leg in a circle. Any size circle, try to keep it relaxed. Letting your arms do most of the work, legs following along. One more, and then we'll switch direction. One more time around. And then release the legs. You can keep them bent. You might even like a tripod leg where the feet are wider and the knees fall together, or you can straighten the legs out. I'm going to bring your arms into cactus arms, like goalposts, and then we slowly rotate from the shoulder joint so that the palms go down toward the floor. They may not touch, and that's fine. Don't force them. We're going to go back and forth between the open position and then the closed position. External rotation is when the arms are open, and shoulder internal rotation is when the palms go down toward the ground. You can certainly feel, if you press your hands all the way down, my shoulders lift up a ton. Just gives me information about the range of motion that I have today. But if you keep the shoulders down, you'll find, I don't know, a more authentic range of motion. Just be right where you are. Moving slowly, breathing and feeling. Now you might like to take a few with one arm down or internal and the other one in the external, and then you can flip. When you do that, opposite arms, you may feel a very tiny, teeny tiny little hint of a twist in your upper back. I mean, it's tiny. When you're ready, make your way into both arms in the open position, letting them rest, and we'll then add in the head. I'm going to turn the head left and right, just rolling side to side. Notice the range of motion here. When you get somewhere that feels like it's enough, it is. Continue to go side to side, or next time you go to the right, pause. We'll take 2 big breaths here. And then we'll come through center and over to the left, pausing and taking 2 deep breaths. And come back to center. Release your arms down by your sides. Bend your knees. We're making a unique flow today. So it's movements that we've done that are familiar. The nervous system feels okay with them, but we're doing them in a different way. So I'll show you first so that you get the idea. Feet will go a little bit wider, but you may want to adjust the feet and feel free to do so. Arms can be in a T. Don't hit your glasses. And what we will do is take the legs one way into a wiper and then back to center and second side wiper, back to center, one leg, lift and lower like a march. Second leg, lift and lower, and then engage the buttocks and a little lift into a bridge and lower. So it's that flow, wipers to one side, then the other side. Please move slowly. When you come back to center, single march, one leg, then the other, and then active buttocks, lift into bridge and lower. And you'll continue breathing and moving. You have to engage the core to lift the legs. You need to engage the buttock to lift the hips. And you need to engage your joy to take a windshield wiper, gentle, twisty thigh stretch. Notice the quality of your breath. And we'll take one more of each move, and then we'll pause. And when you pause, you can stay with legs bent or you can straighten your legs out. We're going to come back to those moves in just a moment, but for now, whole body, inhale and exhale. Three more breaths, resting, pausing. Bend your knees. Feet a little wider than hips. And now we'll drop the legs to one side and hold. Please add a prop if you need. We're in a windshield wiper to one side. And if you need to bring the floor up to you, do that. We'll hold the pose. Maybe you're making a windshield wiper sandwich. Pillow, leg, pillow, leg. Place your arms wherever they feel good. This is truly one of my go-to moves. Like when I wake up in the morning, when I finish a workout, I love windshield wipers. Maybe you would like to turn your head the opposite way of your knees for the last few breaths here on this side. Coming back to center. Bringing the legs back to center, maybe shifting your props and getting them ready for the second side. Windshield wiper, side 2, propped or not, we'll pause and hold. Arms wherever you would like. Maybe your head turns the opposite way and you can close your eyes if that feels soothing. Full breaths, supported. Remembering your sunflower energy. Three more breaths here, second side. When we come back to center, bring the legs up. Cushions can go off to the side. Now our single march, we're going to hold so you can bring one leg up. You can, of course, decide that you would like to hold the leg with your hands, holding the thigh or the shin. Or if you want to be hands-free, you'll just hold the leg up. Find a place where it feels good. You don't want, the hip flexors are working here, but you don't need them to be on fire. If you are hands-free, you can always change your mind. Adding the hands, holding shin or thigh. Or you can take a few breaths in all the different ways, holding the leg, not holding the leg. Release side 1. Let's come in to side 2. Drawing the leg in, holding or not, plenty of time for all of the options. Take a couple more breaths here, nice and full. And release the leg. Now our next pose is to hold a bridge. So we're not going to hold as long as we've held these other shapes, but engage the buttocks, come up into your bridge. You can hold, and you might decide that you would like to hold for a breath or two or three, and then come down, and then you can come back up. Connect through your heels, really push through the heels. Maybe you'd like to take your arms and let them float up and over for a few breaths. Not easy to hold a bridge. There's a lot of work happening here in the legs and the buttocks and beyond. We'll try about 3 more breaths. My legs are talking. Hello, Terry. And slowly, slowly, see if you can come down in slow motion. And when you come down, hug your knees into your chest. Upside down, child's pose here, maybe rocking. Resting bug, legs and arms float up now. You can circle your ankles and your wrists. Go slowly enough so you feel you're exploring with curiosity and you don't want to just fly through the movements. Mindful awareness, mindfulness. Switch direction with your circles. And we'll let the legs rest, arms rest. You can give them like this little shake asana, or you could be really floaty. Let the limbs float. You can also try a little of each. We're upside down here. This is an inversion, like a headstand or a handstand. Moving in a way that feels good. And somehow you'll find your way to your imaginary handlebars, and your legs will begin to pedal your beautiful imaginary bicycle. We're taking a cruise by some sunflowers. You can make this movement as small or as big as you would like. Don't forget to breathe. And let's go backwards. Very talented cyclists that we are. And we go forward. Please stop and rest whenever you need or want. Release and come into starfish. Straighten the legs, reach the arms, let your body rest. Take up space. Breathing in and breathing out with a lot of awareness. One more whole body breath. Supported bridge. Going to give a couple of options, but my suggestion is yummy and restorative. So lift the pelvis, use either a cushion, a pillow, a bolster, a couple blankets, or a blanket. You can keep your pillow or not. When you take the pillow out, if you do, that's a little more, right? Now I've increased this decline or incline. I'm more upside down. Feet can go a little wider and you can use a second pillow or towel. Let the knees fall together, but so gush, so nice. And then let your arms rest wherever they feel good. Shavasana, T arms, maybe back into that cactus shape if that feels okay. The other choice is, of course, you can take your legs up into the sky. You could take legs up the wall if you'd like to do that right now instead of supported bridge. Let yourself settle. We'll spend a good 3 or 4 minutes here. Enjoy being instead of doing. Noticing each breath. Noticing the shape that your body is in, and is there any small thing that you could adjust to make it even more comfy? And then go right back to breathing in, breathing out with awareness. At the bottom of your next exhale, slowly bring the legs a little closer together, taking out the pillow, maybe bringing your pillow back under your head and your neck. And we'll lift up and come off the cushion. Coming back down, and let's hug knees in again, like an upside down child's pose. Stillness or gently rocking. Take your time. If you had legs up the wall, you just mosey on back, meet us here. No rush. Yogi's choice for a twist today. Earlier, we did the windshield wipers with the legs one way and we held. That is a gentle twist. And you may like to just do that one again. It's also got that nice stretch on the front of the thigh and the hip. If, however, you would like to take knees hugging in and then drop the knees to one side, you can choose that twist. Arms in a T, supporting however you need. I have a pillow under my legs, so I've brought the earth up. And see what feels good for your head. We've already done turning away from the knees, but that might feel superb. You may want to go there again, or neutral. Or what if you faced the same direction? What if you turned your head the same way your knees are going? 2 more breaths on this side. And we'll slowly come back to center. Pause. Pause in the center. You might need to adjust. Get yourself where you feel kind of back in a neutral Tadasana mountain pose spine. You can move your prop or props to the other side. Taking either the windshield wiper gentle twist or drawing your knees in and letting the knees go to one side. Decide where you would like your gaze, facing up, facing the knees, or looking the opposite way. You can spread out your wings. You could even let your hands come in and rest on your body. Really notice the connection. The breath is so different when you're twisting. Allow it to be full and graceful, even though there's some resistance from the twisting. Two more breaths here, second side twist. And when you come back to center, one more time, we hug knees in, upside down, child's pose, gently rocking or being still. As we set up for Shavasana, I'm going to give a suggestion today because of the windiness and sometimes just because of life, a little more feeling of grounded in Shavasana. If it's okay for your body, you can have your legs straight out and then place the pillows on top. So thighs and up to the chest, that can be grounding. Now, if that does not feel okay, you really want the pillows under the thighs. I understand. So perhaps you could do that and you could add your blanket or something else on the top. Make sure that you feel supported. And if you don't have something handy for the top, that is fine. Totally fine. Maybe just turn your palms down. Getting yourself settled. Nothing more to do but rest. You can close your eyes and completely surrender. I'll let you know when Shavasana is over. I'm up. I'm paying attention to the clock. Sunflowers need rest too. Invite a deeper breath or choose to stay and rest longer. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe reaching your arms up and overhead, stretching through your whole body. On your next exhale, arriving in fetal pose on one side. Pause there. And then we transition up to sit. Hands come together at heart center. And from Gabby Compress, one more time. May I grow so tall and bright, so free and wild, so brave and vibrant, that when you see me standing, you think I am a sunflower. Take great care. Thank you for showing up, for sharing your practice. Namaste.